If I start off with one car driving down one street, there are multiple choices to make, but at the end of the journey you have taken one path only. But if you start off with 6 cars and 6 people, or you decide to take a journey 6 different days, you might end up going to different places those 6 days, but not necessarily, because humans are acting according to their habits. So your actions will very often turn out to be similar, even though you have in mind the idea of exploring different routes. So for some reason I started off with 6 canvases, and after a couple of days I was enjoying all of them, but they looked very similar, and it turned out that I was uncertain about how finished the paintings looked like to me. And this is a problem I have several times encountered, that after painting for a few hours or a couple of days, I start enjoying the painting and I want to stop because I want to preserve what I have painted. This painting is one step further than the initial state where I was enjoying it, looking at it from a distance. The blue colors looked gray, so I decided to add some more blue color to the painting to make it easier to detect the blues from a distance. 2 of the paintings I left at this stage. I decided not to paint on them anymore. Normally I would be curious about what would happen if I took it further. But since I had 6 canvases that were somehow similar, I could leave these 2 canvases and move on with the rest of the canvases. This is the third of the canvases, and I added a face in the middle to the left as a figure, but the rest of the painting mostly is not defining anything. It looks like the face is looking into the painting. I find this quite amusing, and I have decided not to paint on this painting anymore. So now I have 3 paintings that I will not continue with. This is the 4th painting, and I took it further. The complexity is higher, and I am not looking for shapes. I am actually moving in all directions with my pencil, and instead of following lines, I am crossing lines. At this stage I could decide to go on, but I wanted to preserve this as it is, so I won't paint more on this. The rules are changing as I move on, and the difficulties are not the same. I realized many years ago that when I start painting on a white canvas, I have the freedom to do whatever I want to do because there is nothing on the canvas. So I am not painting according to what is there already. This is also a decision I can make when I paint on a painting that already consists of shapes. I can decide to paint on the painting, or I can paint on top of the painting. I can add whatever I want without being concerned about what is underneath. Actually, when you get to the point where you don't want to paint over something, you're actually getting scared of destroying what is already there. Being scared of destroying what is already on the canvas is very stupid, because now you don't believe that you can add anything that is better than what is already on the canvas. So I tend to believe that whatever I paint will not be worse but better than what I have already painted. So this is the 5th canvas, and I have a feeling that I will leave it like this. So I am left with the 6th canvas, and I have to do something about this. So this is the last painting to be worked on. The balance between the orange color and the blues is the problem. I tend to paint with one color at a time. I tend to paint circles, and sometimes there are too many circles, so I have to bind the circles together with lines between the circles. It's very important for me that the shapes are organic. I want them to look like they are close-ups of something that I have seen in nature. If you want to explore what abstract paintings are, you can take a photo of, you can take macro photos of nature, and when you photograph things that is impossible from the picture to tell what it is, then you sort of have an abstract picture, but it's not abstract, of course. Abstract means shapeless, or to me abstract can also mean not that it's shapeless, but that the shape is changing. When you listen to music, the shapes are changing all the time as you go along with the song. When I photograph parts of my paintings and they look interesting to me, then I tend to leave that part of the painting as it is. Looking at the painting close is a total different thing than looking at it from afar. It's very important for me that when I get up close to the painting, that I still like it. But when I look at it from a distance, It's a problem to me if I can't enjoy it from a distance. The distance from my chair to my painting is about 4.5 meters, and that is the two distances I use to determine if the painting is finished or not. If I like the painting up close and from 4 or 5 meters, then I can live with it. This is not a realistic landscape painting, and I like it both looking at it close and from afar. The problem with landscape paintings is that they look good from a distance, but not when I am close to the canvas. Another thing that is affecting the result of the painting is if I do it with acrylics or oil paint. This is oil paint, and something different happens when I use oil that is not happening when I use acrylics. So, of the 6 canvases, this one I'm going to take a little further.